So has Nickmercs been canceled or has Call of Duty been canceled? So for those of you who don't know, Nickmercs is a popular Call of Duty streamer who recently got into hot water and got his operator bundle removed from Call of Duty because he said we should just leave the kids alone. And apparently that's considered anti-LGBTQ to Call of Duty. So the backstory is that there was a school in Glendale, California that was voting on whether to recognize June as Pride Month or not. And a lot of parents were very upset about this. And so they showed up to the school to protest. And then there was the pro-LGBT groups that showed up to counter their protests, and there were fights. And basically, like I said, I'm gonna put it on the screen for you right now. Nickmercs just said, why don't we just leave the kids alone? And apparently that was enough for Call of Duty to cancel him. And this is what they had to say about the matter. Due to recent events, we have removed the Nickmercs operator bundle from the Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone store. We're focused on celebrating Pride with our employees and our community. I don't know about you, but I don't know what about saying leave the kids alone is anti-LGBTQ. What about it is anti-LGBTQ? In my opinion, it wasn't something that was super controversial. But he actually responded the next day, and I commend him for this because he did not back down. And this is what he had to say.
Some RP, some 30 wins. Keep it with, man. All right. I'll say this. I saw a tweet, and I didn't like what I was seeing, man. Okay, I saw parents brawling in front of a school with kids. I just didn't like it. You know, I'm sure a lot of you guys can understand how that video would piss people off. It pissed me off. Okay. Now, I mean, full transparency. You know, how do I put this? I gotta be very, very careful here. I don't want to piss anybody off. I'm making a lot of people mad. Wasn't my intention. I mean, listen, my wife and I just had a baby. Brand new father. You know, we seen these kinds of videos. It's sad, you know. But her and I agree that we want to be the ones to talk to our kid about things like that. I'm trying to keep it really simple, just so we don't have to get too crazy about it, because there's nothing to get crazy about. It's just, it really is that simple. I think I just have a bigger perspective on this now, being a parent, than I did maybe 2 months ago. So, you know, the video bothered me.
So basically what he's saying right there, I 100% agree with him. I don't think it should be up to the schools. I don't think it should be up to the teachers. I don't think it should be up to anyone else but the parents to speak to their kids about LGBTQ issues. I don't think that kids at 5, 6, 7-year-olds should be learning about this stuff. Where did we go? I'm an old head. I'm not super old, but I'm not that young, right? I'm 31 years old. I'll be 32 at the end of the year. I went to school, my freshman year was in 2005. I remember having my freshman year a gay teacher. She never let us know, but it was kind of obvious. But I don't ever remember ever learning about any of these things, even in high school. I don't remember us in high school celebrating Pride, or when I was in middle school, or even in elementary school. Where have we as a country gone that now this is what we're teaching our kids? Why aren't we letting kids just be kids? Why is it the responsibility? Why do teachers feel like it's their responsibility to teach kids these things and not the parents? And so that is my question. I'm just trying to figure out why it is so controversial to say that it's to just leave the kids alone. Because I agree, we should just leave the kids alone. Let kids be kids. When I was a kid, I wasn't bombarded with any of this stuff, and I grew up, and I'm very accepting of the LGBTQ community. I have no issues. But this is why LGBTQ acceptance is actually going down in the country, because people feel attacked. It's not a, hey, we just want to get married and let us be. Now it's in your face. You have to celebrate it, and if you don't celebrate it, then you're the enemy of the LGBTQ community. Why do I have to celebrate? Before it was, you just have to tolerate. We exist, please let us just live and get married. Now I have to accept you and celebrate you as well. And I'm not saying me specifically. That's what a lot of people feel like. That they're being forced to accept, and their kids are being indoctrinated into an ideology that they might necessarily necessarily not agree with. And so Call of Duty actually got a lot of backlash for this because a lot of people were on his side. They were saying, I mean, you're going to remove his operator bundle from the game because he said leave the kids alone. That's not even anything controversial. It's true, we should just leave the kids alone. I just don't understand why it is that we have to teach the kids about all this LGBTQ. And there's a lot more stuff going on in the schools than just teaching about LGBTQ. I mean, I've seen videos of teachers literally openly talking about, you know, rear end sexual activities with children, about how to do it and where to look for this information. This is stuff that's actively going on in the schools, and a lot of parents are taking notice and a lot of parents are not liking this. There's a difference between tolerating you and saying, hey, you know what, you are a part of society, and then having to celebrate you, having to celebrate something that you don't agree with. Also, in response to this, longtime friend of Nickmercs, Tim the Tap Man, who also had his operator bundle released when Nickmercs operator bundle was also released, asked Call of Duty to remove his bundle, and they removed this bundle. You know what? I 100% stand with Tim the Tap Man on his decision to support his friend over this. And I stand with Nickmercs also for not backing down, not apologizing. Because that's what happens. When you have an opinion that the mob doesn't like, or that the LGBTQ community and their allies don't like, they come after you. But if you apologize, it just makes it worse. So you should never apologize to the mob. I 100% commend him for standing up for his principles, and I agree with him. Him being as a father, as a brand new father, as a parent, he will have those conversations with his kids, but it should be his choice. But anyways, let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below about this whole thing, man. I mean, it's just insane that even a non-controversial opinion like leave the kids alone is enough to get you canceled now. Is enough to get you, you know, to remove some sort of your livelihood because you don't want the kids learning about LGBTQ stuff in schools. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Be sure to like, subscribe, hit that bell notification, and follow me on social media. The links are always in the description down below. And if you like this video, take a look at any one of these other videos, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.